you guys remember the story that Miss Harmony told about David and Bathsheba last week?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I'll give you a quick little reminder of what it was about, okay? And it was about David getting another man's wife pregnant, and then in order to try and cover up his sin, he actually had the husband killed in a battle. And so you can imagine it's a horrible thing to do. And so the story that I'm about to tell follows up on David and the great sins that he committed. And so we're going to be in 2 Samuel 12, and it says that the Lord sent Nathan, who was a prophet, to David. When he came to David, he said, and he told a story, he told a parable. He says, there were two men in a certain town, one rich and the other was poor. The rich man had a very large number of sheep and cattle, but the poor man had nothing except for one little lamb that he had bought. He raised it and it grew up with him and his kids. It shared his food, drank from his cup, and even slept in his arms. It was like his child to him. Now, a traveler came to the rich man, but the rich man refrained from taking one of his own sheep or cattle to prepare a meal for the traveler who had come to him, even though he had many sheep and cattle. Instead, the rich man took the little lamb that belonged to the poor man, and he used that to prepare a meal for the traveler that had come and stayed with him. And David, before he became king, was a shepherd. And so David had strong feelings about animals, and he was very touched by this story that Nathan had just told him. And it says, David burned with anger against the man, and he said to him, as surely as the Lord lives, the man who did that should die. He has to pay for that lamb 4 times over because he did such a thing, and he had no pity for what he had done. Then Nathan said to David, you are the man. And David realized that he was telling this parable about what had happened with Bathsheba. And so after this, David came to the realization and he repented to God, meaning that he realized what he had done wrong, and he went to the Lord and he confessed what he had done. And he felt sorry for what had happened, and he realized that there should be very heavy repercussions or big consequences for the sin that he had committed, right? As he had said, for a lamb, he would have someone killed that did that. And so you can imagine how he felt when he realized that he had done that with someone's wife. And so after this, the Lord did not kill David. He had mercy on David, and he continued to be king, and David actually became a very great follower of God. And he is known as having a really strong faith in the Lord.
Isn't he known as God's
a man after God's own heart?
A man
Very
after
good.
God's own heart. Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.